The scene you saw at the beginning was taken from the movie. Here we clearly see that there are more users of the 8 gates in Konoha besides Rock Lee and Might Guy. But where are they? And what is this scene? Enjoy watching. I think it's no secret to anyone that the 8 gates are not just a technique you can pick up and use. In order to learn it, a person has to go through rigorous training that strengthens the body, preparing it for massive overloads, and mental strengthening as well. You have to prepare for the fact that with the opening of each gate, a person will experience pain. You need to learn anatomy and chakra flow, because you have to know where these gates are and what exactly needs to be done. The 8 gates are chakra flows passing through the body. They block the excessive release of chakra. If an unprepared user activates them, he could die even after opening the first gate. In other words, it's a complex technique that requires not only the awareness that the user might die, but also a well-trained body with the ability to use taijutsu at a high level, since the gates enhance the user's hand-to-hand combat. Throughout the history of the anime, we know only Might Guy, who defeated the 7 swordsmen of the mist, Guy's father, and also Guy himself, who showed us the power of all 8 gates, Rock Lee, Guy's student, and Metal from the Boruto anime. There was also a filler character, Shira from the Sand Village, who managed to use a technique similar to the 8 gates, and was able to open 6 gates. That's where the users of this technique ended. But then we have the 10th Naruto movie, where we see several users of the 8 gates led by Rock Lee, using the opening of the 6 gates with the formation of the crane wing. They cut down the meteorite falling on Konoha. And here I have questions. Who are they? Where are they? Why were they forgotten? Who taught them? Why are they even here if the authors don't plan to use them further? If we put aside all the confusion I'm feeling right now, I'll explain later why I'm feeling it. This scene makes sense, because these events happen exactly 2 years after the battle against Madara. Before Guy demonstrated the true power of the 8 gates, few wanted to study this technique. But thanks to this power, Guy almost single-handedly destroyed the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, Madara himself. You'd have to be an idiot not to teach someone such a powerful technique in the future. Imagine an army of 8 gates users. So, it's logical that after such a demonstration of massive strength, people began to appear who wanted to use this technique. Moreover, such shinobi would strengthen the village itself, as they could essentially fight a Jinchuriki alone. So everything makes sense. Thanks to Guy's demonstration, this power was noticed, and other shinobi began to be trained in it. But here comes a but. 2 years. Only 2 years have passed. And during this time, we got at least 10 users of the 8 gates, not counting Rock Lee, if we judge by this image. At the same time, they were able to use the 6 gates in this time. This, by its nature, is incredible, because it took Lee many years to achieve such results. And in general, it's great. A powerful technique has been noticed. 10 new users have appeared, who were never mentioned in the Naruto anime, which hints that they appeared precisely in these 2 years after the war ended. But back to my confusion. Where are they? Where are these shinobi in the Boruto anime, since this was the first and only scene where they were shown to us? Let me remind you, the movie is canon, so now in the Boruto anime, which is already 15 years later, and if you count the time skip even more, these 10 shinobi in this period should have become like Guy, so they should easily open all 8 gates. And here's my greater dissatisfaction. In the scene where Ishiki attacks the village, we see Rock Lee, who is able to open the 8 gates, and a bunch of other strong shinobi around him, jump at the enemy and go to sleep in a matter of seconds. I couldn't understand why the one who can open the 8 gates and slap the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, just like Guy did, didn't even try to open at least some gates and lost so quickly, especially considering that Ishiki was disintegrating. He had very little time left, and Rock Lee could easily have delayed him enough for his time to run out and for the Otsutsuki to lose. I understand that this is part of the plot and the authors need to develop other characters, but still, the scene with Ishiki is very strange. And now it becomes even stranger because, besides Lee, there were 10 more monsters who could open the 8 gates. Can you imagine what would have happened to Ishiki if they had all attacked him using the 8 gates? There would be nothing left of poor Otsutsuki. That's where my confusion lies. Where are my 8 gates that were shown to me in the 10th movie? Where are all these shinobi, who over 15 years should have ideally mastered this power and along with Lee, destroyed not only Ishiki, who attacked Konoha, but any other enemy? However, unfortunately, this is the plot, and these shinobi were most likely just a visual effect created for aesthetics, and there's no squad in Konoha that uses the 8 gates. If there is, then I have many questions. What do you think about all this? Did you notice the appearance of these characters? And how many users of the 8 gates do you know? Good luck to everyone.